Hello and welcome back to Frequency Intuitive. You're definitely in the right place. If you came across this message, it means that we're on a resonant frequency and there's probably something you need to hear somewhere in this reading, or you wouldn't have come across this. So I will leave it to you to find your messages, take the ones that resonate, leave the rest for somebody else in your group who that message was for if it doesn't feel like it's for ya. There's just so much going on. I've been getting downloads all morning and I can't contain them anymore, and I keep so I wasn't planning on filming, but now we're filming. I feel really good about it, and I feel really good about this aesthetically pleasing spread we came up with here. I keep getting the image of like a pitcher, like a juice or water cistern, like a pitcher, not a pitcher, but pitcher that you would pour liquid out of, and it's opaque so I can't see what's in it, and then I keep seeing it being poured out and it's like really cool stuff's coming out but we just don't know what it is. So that's the image I'm getting for this reading. We're going to just do a direct message what you need to hear right now because I'm not getting any specific topics. So we'll go ahead and listen. I hope you're doing amazing. Also, by the way, pile 1, the return, is the card. Can you see this? A new story, you decide, alignment, it's coming together, is the phrase. And this desert rose, thank you to my viewer friend who told me the name of this, Crystal. I think I said that right. I don't know if I just got that wrong again. Pile 2, release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding all change. And I paired that appropriately with the butterfly, rose quartz crystal on a little jade lily pad. Someone's name could be Lily. I just saw that come out in my inner screen. The bloom is pile 3, creations realized, right time, harvest, celebrate, with the moonstone lotus. Why do each of these have some sort of fuzz on them? Pile 4, open, say yes, expand through extremes, trust life. And this also fuzzy, I think this is cherry agate moon. Okay, it's going to be one of those days. It's a cloud. It's not a moon. But moons could be significant for you since that word came out of my mouth. Okay, so take your time. Tune in. Feel the vibes, feel the energy. See what calls to you. And don't overthink it. You can always listen to all the piles and just take what pops out for you. Or if there's something that you immediately feel drawn to, go with that. And when you're ready, I will see you in your groove. Hi, pile 1. You have the return card, a new story, you decide, alignment, it's coming together. And this desert rose crystal. And let's find out what your direct message is. Positive movement forward. Wunderbar. Could have German descent here. I think that's a German phrase. I apologize if it is not. What is this? Shadow. Okay. This is the moon card. So you have 8 and 18, so 8s could be meaningful to you. This deck is hot because the man holding a coin. And magician in the mirror because the candle's right by it. So 2 3s coming out there, 43 and 53. Magician in the mirror, which is like magician energy, and man holding a coin. So something to do with finances here. Okay. Strongest messages that you need to know. Oh my gosh. Wait. It fell off the table. Soul family. Okay, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And I'm only getting 1 for that deck. Okay. Return. A new story. You decide. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay. Taurus energy coming out there. So you could be a Taurus, or you could have be asking about a Taurus, or it could be nothing. It could just be Taurus energy. With practicality, nothing will come of this situation. Void, of course, moon. Oh, and I'll put that under the moon card there. Okay, so there's a couple things going on here. A couple things, chicken wing. Okay, so the situation that you're worried about, there's something that's troubling you. Nothing will come of this. Nothing bad will come of it. It's just going to... Between worlds. I mean, 1,000,000,000%. You have a new story. You're between worlds. Yeah, the situation the thing that's bothering you... Whoa, which one of those wants to come out? Both. What? This one. Unfinished Symphony. Okay. With the Between Worlds card. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there's some humorous energy here. I'm just going to get all your cards. Whoa. Because the energy ambition. Wow, that's never come out of this deck. The energy is super fast moving, so let me just... And gloom. Okay. That's it for that. Let me just get it all out because I can't even get the words out. You could have also have messages in pile 2 because it was super fast moving energy, and you also have this positive movement forward card. What I'm trying to say is the situation that's on your mind, there's something that's bothering you. Like, it's not your main thing, but there's just something like in your peripheral that's like kind of stressing you out a little bit. Nothing's going to come of it. It's going to, like I said, dissolve. Literally or figuratively. This is a message that I'm getting. Just take that if it resonates. I keep seeing chicken wing. Oh, look at this. This card is just sitting here by itself. Oh, Ascended Masters. Okay. So you got Ascended Masters. Powerful, loving, wise, spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. So you could have people in the non-physical, passed over, relatives, grandparents, parents, siblings, friends. I think I've covered everything there. Spirit guides that you're aware of. Oh, see, be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. Okay. You're between... Oh, I was just going to say you're between two worlds, but you actually have that card. But for a second there, I thought that was the most compelling phrase. It was like, to sum up your reading, you're between two worlds. And I felt like it was so clear. It's literally on the card. Okay, you have a lot of 3s and 8s now. You have 3 3s, 53, 43, 3. Then you have 8 and 18. So if that means something to you, it could be birthdays in there or ages, or it could just be the spiritual meaning of those numbers. If you want to look up 3s and 8s, I mean, 5 and 3 also reduces to an 8. So you now have 3 8s and you now have 3 3s. So it could be like look up spiritual meaning of the number 3, spiritual meaning of the number 8, because sometimes when the numbers repeat like that, it's meaningful to you. Like you could see a lot of 3 3 3s or 8 8 8s, or it could be life path numbers. Like I said, ages or birthdays. Okay, so you're at a crossroads in life. There's, like, you're at the point of, basically what your card says, the return. And then every single card that came out reflected that. There's something that happened here. Let me do this. There's gloom. This be willing to forgive. Something happened, okay? Something happened in your past. You're already aware of it. That puts you in an energy, it triggered you into a state of gloom. Look at this, between two worlds. Look at the left side of this flamingo. It's black and white. It's gloomy. It put a dark cloud over everything. Now, I'm seeing many situations about what this could be. I'm not going to get into them because we all know what can be gloomy. There's a bunch of things. You know what it is. I don't want to re-trigger you into it, and I don't want to reactivate the energy, because if I reactivate the energy, then you're going to be in that frequency, and then you may not hear the rest of your message. You feel me? You dig? So we're just going to stay here in the neutral zone. But even see this soul family, it's like these two whales jumping out. It's like, that's your life. Even this, see this soul family? See these two images? I see this as you. This is you and your higher self touching foreheads. You're coming back to yourself. Oh, it's here again! That's wild. Guys, look at this. If you're not watching the video for 1 second, look. Look at these 3 images. This split with the between worlds. The moon card with the shadow split. This image with this image, both holding the staff. This soul family card. They're touching foreheads with the hands and the wills. Do you see that? Like, that's what it's actually giving me, like, goosebumps. It's giving me, woo! I'm getting like that alignment frequency, buzzy, like, goosebumps energy. Even the magician in the mirror. Let's add a 4th card into it. He's got the 2 hands out. Oh, he has the 8 over his head. Look at that, the infinity symbol. And he's like weighing these 2 things. So you're at this tipping point. You're at a new story. You decide, like, magician energy. Soul family. But there's something here with your shadow. I know I put the cards in different places. That's just what I intuitively felt to do. I hope that's okay with you. Okay, so something here you could feel is unfinished, but I'm not really sure if... So there's 2 messages here. There could be an unfinished symphony here with, like, what happened. Like, a relationship went south, someone did something, a relationship ended short because, you know, the person passed on to the non-physical. So it could be something out of your hands that you're like, it's unfinished and I don't want, like, I mean, maybe you would have preferred if it finished, but the first is either out of your hands or it went toxic or south, like a bad relationship or a bad job where you're like, I'm leaving that. I'm fine with that being unfinished. That's not how I thought it was going to go. And I'm abandoning ship, like, in a positive way. You know, you're like the Titanic was going down and I'm getting in a lifeboat. That's an unfinished symphony. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to finish it. Like, maybe you wish you could have finished your travel aboard the Titanic, your sail. Oh, see, positive moving forward. But you're not willing to go down with that particular ship, you know? So maybe someone's life was just taking a downward spiral and you were like, I got to get off this train, or a job was, a company was going, something like this. So that's for some of you. For the other half of you, or it could be for the same group, there's something in your life that you feel is an unfinished symphony that maybe you do want to finish because you have this ambition card, the man holding a coin, the return, the soul family. So this could be going back to a job or a project or a passion project that you didn't get to complete. This could be going back to some sort of life path or goal or relationship or place that you felt was unfinished that you now want to return to and create a new story about. But, like, there's this duality energy here because there's just like this, nothing will come from the situation. Like, so it's almost like something is, I want to say haunting you, but I don't like that word because it sounds like, but it's like something is haunting you in that sense of, like, it's for some reason still in your world that you're like, oh, I just wish this would make its way fully into my past. For some of you. And then, and, either or and, then there's this new thing that's kind of calling you. Like I said, it could be resonant people. It could be something that you've had a dream about. Like, it could be maybe you tried to have kids, like with this, your dreams need a practical plan, and the magician card, unfinished symphony, and it didn't, result in that, and you kind of left it for a bit, and now you want to return to that. And then there's positive movement forward. Or, like I said, a passion project that you had, it just didn't go anywhere. It wasn't right timing. For whatever, if there's some I don't know why I feel like yelling this. There's some creation. Let's just tone it down there. There's some creation that you weren't able to fully birth into this world. That's a part of this message. And then there's something that did manifest that you would have preferred it didn't, that you're going to be releasing. With this, nothing will come of this between worlds. You're going to be stepping out of that world, moving into this new frequency, basically, whether it's something that you're restarting back or reapproaching, or that you're, because of this past pain, in exchange for peacefulness, clear your body and mind. And like the shadow, there's this duality. It's so clear, this like duality, this shadow between worlds. there's some darkness or pain or bad memories or lack of success that you had about something that you're going to be releasing and kind of returning to that subject matter in a way, but it's in a new way. It's a new story. This could literally be you're a writer and you're returning to writing, but you're starting afresh, or you're a creator of some sort. Like, say you had a platform or a YouTube channel many years ago, I'm seeing this for somebody, and it wasn't successful, but you've been feeling the call. So it's like that return, but now you're in a different frequency, you're in a different alignment. And so now it's coming together, but it says you decide. It's always your choice. It's always your decision how you want to reapproach something. Maybe you've been thinking of reapproaching something, but every time you think of it, like say there's a relationship that you keep thinking about, or a job, because everything is a relationship with something, right? But then you keep thinking, oh, but there was so much negative about that. But what if this reading is encouraging you that you're approaching it now in a different energy, in a different way, in a different angle? So you're approaching it. It's like if you go to a restaurant where you really enjoyed a meal, but it was way too spicy last time, but you really used to enjoy it. But it gave you heartburn last time. But now you're going back and you're saying, you know what, I would love this meal. I'm craving it. Delicious, amazing. Please bring me this meal. And can we dial it back on the spice? No chilies. Like, you're going to be editing it. You're going to be adjusting it. You're going to be approaching it more clear with what you want, your desires, what you prefer. Which is this like more practical energy. Really interesting here. Now there's some financial component because you have man holding a coin. Doesn't matter, man, woman, gender, he, she, they. It doesn't matter. It's just showing you somebody. It could just say somebody holding a coin, or an offer of finance, or a financial offering, or a financial opportunity. There's something here that has to do. Maybe you feel like you don't have the funding for it. But it's showing here there's going to be some financial injection, literally or figuratively. I don't know why I said literally, but take that if it resonates. There's some magic synchronicity here with the Magician in the Mirror where you're going to be remembering your own power in this. I feel like I want to get you like one more card for something because I feel like there's something here. Let me just get you a spirit guide card. I didn't get this for the last group. I just didn't feel compelled to it. Yeah, but I see it like this shadow card. Let me show you again, even though I keep having to reposition it. I feel like it's meaningful. It's like you're going to be looking dead in the eye of something, but taking hold of your future, because he's taking hold of the scepter here, which is like the power. You're going to be looking your fear or your past self or this person or the situation right in the face, but saying, this is a new story now, and I'm going to be moving forward with this in a positive way because there's something here that I want to achieve with this ambition card. There's something here I feel is unfinished. There's something here that I want to bring in. There's something here that I've always wanted to create, and you're going to be doing that. But there is some leaving behind of this past energy, some forgiveness, whatever caused this gloominess, some releasing yourself from that. It could be integrating shadow aspects of yourself, because sometimes it's accepting parts of ourself instead of like, say, accepting, past mistakes or past, because there's no real mistakes, right? It's just helping you redefine how you want to do it again, or redefine, like, it's not a mistake to order that food spicy. You didn't know, you know what I mean? Now you know that what you prefer. That's all. It's just, it's highlighting and it's making clear for you how you would prefer to do it, how you would prefer it went. And then you take this Magician energy where you say, okay, and now let me put it all together, everything I know, and let me direct my mind and my intentions in the way to bring this forward now, and my actions. Let me harness all the 4 elements. my actions, my thoughts, my emotions, my passion. What am I missing? My actions, my materials. Okay, so I want to talk about that more because the magician harnesses the 4 elements, right? So it's like your pentacles, your air, your swords, your emotions, your cups, and your fire, your wands. So it could have been in the past that one of those was out. So maybe it's like you had all the resources, you had the plan, you had the mental, and you had the right action. But maybe emotionally you weren't lined up with it. Maybe you really didn't believe it. Maybe you were having not a negative self-talk. Maybe you didn't believe in yourself. Maybe you weren't emotionally invested in it. Maybe you were doing it because someone else was pressuring you. Like for whatever reason, this time all 4 elements are aligned within you to bring this thing forward. But yeah, you could need to call in help because I was focusing on the mirroring in this soul family card, but it also says you don't have to do it alone. And then we did indicate some sort of offer here of finance. And then you also have powerful, loving wife, spiritual teachers watching over you and guiding you. So you have help in the 3D and help in the physical and help in the non-physical that you may, sometimes you just need to ask. Well, I mean, always you need to ask. But sometimes you need to ask in the physical or you need to ask in the ethereal or both. Ask for support. Ask for guidance, ask for clarity, ask for, whatever you need, grants, loans, support, financing. Can we get a final message here for pile? I'm still doing more on your reading. I just want another message. I know I'm saying final, but, oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is wild. Make today your new beginning. Try to leave any past mistakes in the past. Don't allow them to weigh you down any longer. Move forward today with the confidence, knowing you have better and brighter days ahead. And we just talked about this mistakes, and your main card is a new story. And you have this make today your new beginning. So I really get like something happened in the past, like we talked about, and for some reason this gloom has been over you. It may be forgiveness of yourself you need to, forgiveness of others. For some reason that was weighing you down and it kind of stopped you from moving forward on something. And now you're at this new point. You're at this return point, all this duality, all this mirroring. You're basically stepping out of the shadow into the light. Like I'm seeing a spotlight in the dark and you've been standing in the shadow, and now you're literally taking a step into that pool of light and saying, okay, let's try this again. Let's move forward on this. Let's bring our dreams into practical reality. Let's finish this symphony. Let's get the resources that we need to, support-wise, money-wise if we need it. Let's harness our magician energy and make this happen, bring this forward. Where do I want to put this? I'll just put this here. I'll put it here. I don't know why I'm whispering. Were you just whispering? I feel like we were just whispering to each other like, hey, I just want to tell you something. Hey. But I don't know why. Do you whisper? For something? Are you in a library? Okay. I feel like there's more here, but I also feel like there's not more. Let me scan here. I feel like there's more because there's so much depth to this story. Like there's so much that happened and there's so much that's going to happen in a positive way going forward. But I feel like there's not more to be said because I feel like your message was very clear, and I feel like you just needed to hear that because you know exactly what this thing is that you want to reapproach. And it's possibly been like in the back of your mind or in your peripheral, and you might have just needed a third party, to say it to you. Like, hey, yes, things happened. People made mistakes. You made mistakes, whatever, in quotations, because there's no mistakes, but things happened that were undesirable. But you're not going to stay stuck in that shadow. You're going to step into the light now. You have a new story. It's all coming together. You're deciding because you're the magician. You're going to bring through this into the material. You're going to finish this symphony of what, it doesn't mean it's finishing that symphony. If there was something that ended that should be in the past, leave it in the past, but there's something that maybe it caused you to stop. doing. Like maybe you were in a relationship and you were trying to be a parent, like I said, and then that relationship ended and then you kind of gave up that dream. But now it's been, niggling in your mind, kind of at your awareness. But I still wanted to do this. I still wanted to find love. I still wanted to maybe do it on my own, whatever. Or like I said, there's a job that went south. Maybe the company went under, filed for bankruptcy, or let you go, or whatever, something like this. It went south, sour, but then you're like, oh, but I still have that passion. I still want to do that research. I still want to pursue that career. I still want to write that book. I still want to create that. I still want to. So this is telling you, like, so clearly, like, you have the power to move this forward, and you can find the resources. You can make this happen. You can finish this and follow this, whatever this ambition is. It's all coming together. Don't give up on this dream. That's basically what your reading is about. Make today your new beginning. Leave the past in the past. Don't let it weigh you down. Release that burden, like it said. And you have brighter days ahead, and the best is yet to come. That's what I'm seeing for you, that phrase, the best is yet to come. Pursue this. If you have a dream, please pursue it. Whatever it is that you're thinking of, it doesn't have to be right now. If it's bringing you too much anxiety, if you don't know the hows, but keep it alive in your mind. And when the timing is right to act on it, you will know. This could just be one breadcrumb on your path to lead you to that tipping point where you're ready to act on it. It could be now for you. You'll know if you're like, yeah, okay, I know exactly what this is. This afternoon, I'm starting this morning, this evening, tomorrow morning, I'm calling. I know exactly what to do. I'm going to get these wheels in motion. I'm going to start to allow myself to pursue this dream again and call in whatever resources I need to make it happen. And I'm going to literally step into this new world where this flamingo is in this bright, beautiful tropical energy. There's celebration here that she's wearing here. She's wearing a crown. It's in Technicolor. And you have the power to bring that forward. You decide. Does it say that somewhere? Yeah, it says you decide. Exactly. You decide. You're the decider. And I don't know what belief system this is in, but there's some like belief system where it's like the manifestation steps. The first one is decide. I'm going to do this. I want this. I want love. I want this career. I want to be a parent. I want a relationship. I want a new house. Whatever the thing is, I want to move. It's you deciding as the first step to get that energy in motion, to get that wheel a-turning. And then it creates momentum, and then the bridge of synchronicity starts, and then things start to move forward, and you start to follow the breadcrumbs along that path. And as you take each step, the next step is revealed, and all of a sudden you look back in 3 months, a year, 9 months, and you have the thing that you had been trying to birth forward, and it's arrived. And that's what I see happening here in your reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to claim this energy, if you want to exchange energy, I would love a like, a subscribe, a comment. Thank you if you already have. If you don't feel called to do that, no worries at all. Thank you for being here and letting me read for you. I'm very honored. This was a very exciting, interesting reading. If you do feel like you have more messages, then I will see you in another pile. And if not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Bye. Pile 2, I'm actually filming your group first. For some reason, I felt drawn to that. You had the little butterfly, release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding all change, and more white fluff. Is it snowing where you are, or fluff through the air like dandelion petals? We don't know. We don't know. Oh, we don't know. Okay. That's not what I want. So what's a direct message that you need to hear? Whoa, all right. So you have Anna, grandmother of Jesus. So someone's name could be Anna who's involved here. Like these are some very specific messages come through. So if like 300 people pick this pile, that could be like for 2 people or 1 person. For some of you, your name could be Anna. For somebody else, your grandmother's name could be Anna, or someone you're asking about. So just take that if that's for you. You could be religious or observe the religious religion of Catholicism, or I don't even know if Catholicism would be this, but I know Christianity. And I don't know if that's all encompassed in one. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. All I know is Jesus is here. Okay, on this card. Anna, grandmother, Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan, seeding the light. laying foundations and divine plan. So let's get to that. And this is Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Okay. Really interesting messages coming out here because you have the transformation cards, death and rebirth, shedding, all change. So if that resonated for you and then you have this, it's happening. You're going through a very transformative time, Madam Butterfly, or Monsieur Butterfly. Sorry, there's so many messages coming through. You could also resonate with Lemuria. My mouth is having a hard time keeping up with the speed of the messages. So bear with me. Well, I should have had a double espresso, quite frankly, before I filmed this. Yeah, butterflies could resonate with you. Also, you could have a butterfly tattoo. I get that message a lot. Also, if there's someone French here, I'm getting that energy also. Yeah, look at this. The energy is gaining momentum. As I just said, your energy in this group is moving so quickly that not only did I feel compelled to film you first, like I just said, I can't keep up with the pace of the messages trying to come out for you. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon, and emotions are running high. Okay, so I feel like you're going through a very intense time, or you're about to. So you're either like, I'm seeing an image of a diver standing at the bottom of the ladder to climb up the diving board, and then as they jump off, it's like that energy just explodes into like beautiful grace and the momentum as the gravity pulls the diver down into the water. That's what I'm seeing. So you're either about to enter this energy or you're in it and you're coming to this reading for some clarity or confirmation, because it's like, wow, things are moving fast. A lot of things are changing. There could have been change suddenly in relationship, job status, where you're living, state of mind, state of being, things that you thought. I'm seeing like a plan and it completely just taking like a right turn, and you're like, wow, guys, I'm doing this now. Like all of a sudden you found out you're, going to be a parent, or all of a sudden you found out someone is not well and you need to travel across, the world to help care for them, and you're like completely living in a different continent now. Something like this. Any of the things, it's something that it's a positive. I know, like someone not being well, but I don't sense it's something very close to you. You would know the situation. Like, it's not like this is going to pop up and surprise you. I'm just giving you examples of the change, but it's change that you've been wanting and that your soul's been calling for. It's a big transformative change that has high energy and high emotional impact. Like, you're feeling joy, you're feeling adventure, you're feeling bliss. There could be other emotions. There could be sadness, there could be confusion, but it's like this roller coaster of life type of emotions. It's like, wow, it's like wonder and magic and synchronicity and expansion. It's like a very big, expansive energy. Are you feeling a little bit tired out? Because I'm feeling a little bit tired out in your reading, where it's like, I don't want to be. Like, the way that I'm communicating this is not matching what I'm feeling inside. Does that resonate for you? Like, is something going on that you're like, inside, I feel like you're like wide-eyed. Like, what the, what the fudge? And on the outside, I feel like you're like, doodly do, like everything's fine, trying to like keep it together or something. I don't know if that resonates, or that could be that what happens for you. It's just such a strange feeling. I feel like I'm not doing the reading. I don't know how do I explain this? I feel like I'm watching myself do this reading and then critiquing myself do this reading. Like when I said what the fudge, I was like, why did I say what the fudge? I would never say that. And then when I said something else just there, I did the same thing. I was like, it was like me watching this version of me do the reading and then critiquing myself do the reading. Like, oh, that's not what you meant to say. Why are you not conducting it in the way that you mean to be? But I'm picking up on your energy. So Oh yeah, that's what I questioned. I said, does that resonate? And then I said to myself, why did I ask? Does that resonate? I would never ask that. It's very rare to me to ask that. If it resonates, it resonates. It's not for me to ask you. So let's sort this out together, friend. What is this energy that you're in? Okay, those two. Go the distance. Okay, I'm not surprised that's coming out. And message in a bottle. Okay. So the go card 15 and card 47, which are your first two numbers on the table. Usually numbers come out right away. The first 5 cards I picked didn't have numbers, I just noticed. Okay, so go the distance. I am getting, for some of you, this has to do with travel. Even behind this Anna Grandmother of Jesus card, there's this big like expanse of kind of looks like a planet or water. Here on the message in a bottle, there's water. Lemuria, there's water. I believe Lemuria is a water planet or a water world. And then in contrast to that, you have the desert here with this go the distance. So I feel like something maybe you've been working on or in the midst of, or just life has been feeling like a little bit dry, deserty, and you're like, you just keep going. You're like, okay, well, one foot in front of the other. I'm gonna keep persevering. And but now it's resulting in some sort of tipping of the scale, some sort of change. Now, there's a phone in here. With this card, I'm getting that energy of, like, I'm actually getting a headache because sometimes when there's so much information coming through my crown and my third eye chakra, it gives me a bit of a blockage, like not a blockage, the traffic jam, and it gets a bit congested. But what I'm seeing is this message in a bottle with the phone in here. For some of you, it's like you get a phone call, you get an email, you get something that indicates this change, this creating heaven on earth. It's happening, this transformation, this shedding, all change. For some of you, it's you realize or you get news of something leaving your life or leaving the earth plane or something. And even though you wouldn't wish this to happen, it brings you peace and you're relieved. Does that make sense? See, again, I'm asking you, does that make sense? You're full of uncertainty and you're questioning yourself. So let's find out what we can get for you that will soothe that. Okay, I'm going to get this deck just to get a little bit more clarity on what you're feeling. This is your feelings are valid card. And you may need to hear that. Your feelings are valid. And we all have a different journey. Gratitude. Yeah, I feel like it's something you're going to be grateful for. Like I said, something you're going to be grateful for. But that may have like a little bit of a unconventional packaging. Like it's giving like, you know, some great aunt or uncle passes and they leave you an inheritance, you know, and of course you're sad, like you never knew this person, maybe you're sad for the fact that they are no longer here, but then there's this like silver lining that brings a lot of change in because now you have like a lump sum of money that you weren't anticipating, something like this, you know, or there's some term in the will, like but you have to go there and close up their house that's like overseas or something like this, or you get a package at work, like a layoff. So it's like you don't want to lose your job, but at the same time you get like a year severance and you're able to like pursue some other passion of yours. It's that type of energy that you're either in or, like I said, you're climbing up that ladder towards. And this could be giving you a heads up that there could be like high emotions, things could be moving very quickly, there could be a lot of change coming, but it's laying foundations and it's all part of this bigger plan. It's your soul calling you towards out of something. It could be like a tower moment type of energy because it's your soul calling you out of something that you're no longer in alignment with to create this heaven on earth that you've been envisioning. Have you been envisioning something else for yourself? That's what's trying to come in. Sorry guys, my throat chakra a little bit Just a little bit longer. That song's coming through. Oh, let me stay. Is that, what is that? Say you will, say you will. I started singing that in a high octave and now I can't. Now I sound like a screeching banshee. Say you will. I don't know what song that is, but I'm sure one of you do. Won't you stay just a little bit longer? Okay, that could be meaningful for someone if you know what that is. Or that phrase. Sorrow. Yeah, I'm getting that, guys. I'm getting, for some of you, it brings some sort of mild sorrow. Or it has. Like, it's quite possible this already occurred. Like, you're dealing with this. Like, somebody passed on into the non-physical. Anxiety and protect your feelings. And we have this emotions are running high. And I said your feelings are valid, remember? And you have a snake here, which is also transformative. So, I mean, I don't know what it is. All I know is that something is either going to happen or happened that will have a big, like, don't be scared. Like, I know you have anxiety here. It's not something that is ultimately going to be unwanted. It's something that is seriously wanted. It's something that the circumstances and the way that it's going to be, the synchronistic events surrounding it is for you. It's your soul calling in something that it's basically not using another situation, but it's coordinating and co-creating with another situation in your life to bring forward some big change into your life, to create this heaven on earth. That's allowing you to completely transform and shift and shed anything that your soul feels is no longer you, the real you. Release the petals, yeah, all change. And it could be a time of uncertainty, of course. There could be anxiety, there could be some sorrow. Big changes are often that way. But like I said, ultimately, it's something that's going to bring you to the next platform. Now I'm seeing the diver again, and they move up to the next platform. Like now they've progressed. Now they've promoted is the word, like being promoted. You're advancing to a higher platform in life. Now there's more things that you want there. There's more discovery about yourself. There's more expansion. There's more comfort. There's more ease. There's more fulfillment. There's more satisfaction. There's more peace. There's more knowing. Because as you get higher, it's like I'm seeing your perspective. You can see more. You have a bigger picture perspective. You feel more centered and grounded in life, in being here on earth. You're like, oh, okay. Now I get that. I'm kind of out of the rat race. I'm kind of out of the the valley. I'm out of the valley. I'm out of the gutter. I'm out of the you've what is this? I'm just this motion in my hands. What's that word? We're gonna get it. Not accelerated, but you are accelerating. You've transcended. This is transcendence energy. For some of you, like I'm seeing you're moving. Okay, so for some, I'm getting this story. Your messages are coming so fast. I wish I could talk at the speed of light for you. For some of you, I'm getting the image of I've told this story before, when I was at another place that I lived. And there was things I liked about it, but things I didn't like about it. But I didn't really have any reason to move. But I knew I should move. Like I knew, I just knew, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to pack everything up. And the ceiling got a flood. The ceiling flooded in the kitchen 5 times. And on the 5th time, they needed to do so much repair that, and this was a brand new building. It was a new construction. And there was, I guess, it was in the winter with the ice melting. It was somehow from the upper balcony leaking into the ceiling. And basically the kitchen would have been completely out of, order for like 3 months because they had to take everything down, try and locate the leak, repair everything, retar that balcony, this whole thing, and I was renting it. And so I just said to the landlord, okay, I gotta go. I can't not have a kitchen. I have a daughter. I need to make food. That's like the heart of the home for 3 months. So that was so even though it was like a, quote unquote negative circumstance, it did require some anxiety. I had to find a new place. I had to leave. I had to financially, find the money to move to the new place and pack everything up. And it was ultimately leading me where I am now, which is like, I couldn't be happier, here. So for a number of reasons, because there's the right people around me, it's the right places around me, it's nature around me. I'm doing work that is meaningful to me. It's something like that. So for some of you, it has to do actually with where you're living, where you're like not super unhappy, but there's things about it that your soul is starting to be like, we've expanded past this, friend. We've expanded past this, but you don't know how it's going to come to be to leave your current circumstance, and then something's going to present itself that it's like just the perfect solution. Same, add that to job, add that to relationship, overlay that to whatever it is for you, that would make the most sense. That's the energy here. So let's get a few more messages, but I do feel your message wrapping up because that came out pretty clearly there at the end for you. What other deck? I'm getting like not the most clear messages about what deck to use. Like there's so many options for you. Oh, that could be one of your messages. There's so many options for you about something. That song's really coming out. Won't you stay just a little bit longer? So is it possible that like someone wants you to stay somewhere? Oh, I didn't even clue into that. And then we just said what we were saying. So this could be like a boss or someone like you're trying to give notice and they're saying, but won't you stay just a little bit longer? A relationship, somewhere you're trying to leave. So, I mean, only you can know what's right for you, but I mean, it really is what you're being called to. I know what messages you're getting. This deck right away just put its hand up. Not really, guys, but like in my mind. Oh, look at the hands are up on the deck. That's funny. Okay. The final message of clarity for pile 2, please. Okay, so you got the Law of Attraction card. Oh my gosh. This is so wild how this is your entire message. Relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. This is your reading. This release the petals, transformation, death, and rebirth. It could be just lifestyle. Maybe it has nothing to do with a relationship or a job or where you're living. Maybe it has to do with your own routines and lifestyle, where you're just like, some things don't feel aligned with me anymore. I don't want to watch Netflix in the evening. All of a sudden, I just want to read, or I just want to stare at a candle and like vibe out, with music playing, or I just want to cook, or I just want to draw, or I want to write, or I want to be in love. I just want to spend time with my partner, or I want to spend time with my kids. Like, whatever it is, allow yourself. The message that's coming through for you is allow this to happen, because it's happening. There's momentum here. And yes, some things in transformation cause you to release things, but there's a divine plan here. It's something that your soul deeply, deeply knows is for you, that you intended before you came here, that's so aligned with you, that's creating a heaven on earth. And just trust. Go the distance. Work through these strong emotions. Your feelings are valid. You're going to get through this. But that's basically, this is answering the question of, if you don't know what's happening, that's what's happening. You're transforming and you're releasing things that are no longer you, and you're realigning with these new things that now are you via law of attraction. Oh, wow. I didn't even know this deck was in here. This card was in here. How, wild. Vegetarian vegan card. Now, don't get all up in arms if this is not for you. If this is not for you, don't worry. I'm a vegetarian personally for health reasons since I was very young. Since I was 13. I have trouble digesting animal protein. I get very weak. So I choose not to eat it for myself. I have no personal opinions about what anybody else says. I believe so wholeheartedly that everyone must do what's right for them. Some people thrive on a meat diet. Some people thrive on a high fat diet. Some people thrive on a low fat diet. Some people thrive on a no sugar diet. Everybody's different, so you have to know what's right for you. So only take this message if it's for you. Please, nobody is pushing anything on you just because we pulled this card. It could be for, 1% of the people here. But the card is vegetarian, vegan, fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which will elevate your spiritual frequency. So if that has been on your mind, like if you've been like seeing a lot of stuff about it, feeling called towards it, wondering about it, that could be a message for you. You maybe want to just incorporate facets of it. You do you. You do you. But just so interesting, like it's basically that energy of like, there's just things in your life that are going to be shifting, that you're going to be releasing, that you're transforming, that you're just going to be embracing, and it could bring some uncertainty, as any change does, but it's all for a greater plan. It's all for this Lemurian creating heaven on earth divine plan energy. It's all for this next level of your life, this transcendence, this up-leveling. You're basically upgrading your life. But it's just like, I'm seeing the image of a car. It's just like when you've driven your car for a period of time, 5-10 years or more, and you're so comfortable with that car and it starts to break down and you start to know it needs new tires, it needs a new whatever. And you're like, you have to let go of that car. You have to release it. But it's uncomfortable because now you have to find, okay, what new car do I want? There's so many choices. Like I said, I saw those options, like where do I go? Where do I live? Which car do I choose? Which job do I choose? Which person do I choose? And it can be overwhelming. It can bring anxiety. It can bring sorrow because you could really miss that car. I've seen people like literally cry sobbing when they have to release their car because there's so much memories attached to it. But even though you're getting an upgraded, better model, it could be a luxury model, it could have, automatic steering, all-wheel drive, windows that roll up, it could have heated seats, it could have so much convenience, it could have heads-up display, satellite navigation, SOS, protection for you, safety features, galore. It could be so much more aligned and beneficial for your life, this new car, but it doesn't mean that your feelings aren't valid, that it's not scary to change, that it's not overwhelming to have choice, that it's not uncomfortable to be sitting in a new seat, navigating new, systems and functions, that this car is not the same as the old car. This might be a push start. This might have a different gear shift. This might have all types of things different that you have to read the manual. So it's really at this most simplistic, that type of energy where you are going to be upgrading and ultimately you're going to love this new car, sub in that analogy, metaphor, whatever that is for whatever is going on in your life. Ultimately, you're going to feel so much more grateful and appreciation for all of the benefits that this new model brings into your life, that this new upgrade brings into your life. But it is a period of change, and it is going to bring the things that change and transformation brings that you will navigate with ease. You will navigate it with ease, whatever this shift is in your life. But this is just bringing your awareness there and encouraging you to move through this with trust and with anticipation, and see it as an adventure, see it as exploration, approaching it with a curious energy. I find always helps me to reduce any anxiety or fear, and trusting that you will make the right choices. You will lead from your heart, and you basically can't go wrong. You will know intuitively what's right for you to choose and what's right for you to release and move towards. Really beautiful, powerful reading. I see why I had to film you guys first, because sometimes there's certain piles that just require a lot of my mental, spiritual, and physical energy, and I want to make sure that I have it for that pile, and so I understand why we filmed you first. If this did resonate, or if you enjoyed your reading, or if you just want to exchange energy with me, I would love if you felt called to like, subscribe, comment. I read all the comments. Even if I don't reply immediately, I read them all immediately. Sometimes I just have to wait for the energy to feel right for me to have a response that I feel like is really coming from my heart, and I'm not just responding, because I read it. So I always respond when I feel drawn to, but I read them all immediately after you guys comment. And I am so grateful for your presence here. Truly, I'm so excited for you. I love this energy that you're in. It's one of my personal favorite energies to be in. I love transformative energy. I love tower moment energy. I love change. I love the adventure of life. So if it's bringing you any apprehension, trust me, from someone who goes through it a lot, it can be the most beautiful, magical time of your life. So thank you for being here. If you're going to another group, then I'll see you there shortly. And if not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Bye. Hello, pile 3. You have the Bloom card, Creations Realized, Right Time, Harvest and Celebrate with this crystal. And let's find out what your direct messages right now that you need to know. So your third eye chakra coming out reverse. I only take reversals if I feel like it's important to the message to it be taken that way. And it's card 6, and I do feel like you could have a little blockage or underdeveloped awareness of your third eye chakra, which is like your inner knowing, your inner seeing. Maybe you question yourself a lot. Maybe you don't feel like you're super in tune with your heart space. Card 17 could be an important number for you, and hope showing up, and interesting because you have this Creations Realized, which the hope card has to do with healing, wishes fulfilled, things being realized into your world that you've kind of been hoping for, or whoa, man holding a heart coming out, card 45. So this could have to do with love, an offer of love. The Thinking Woman. I feel like those two cards, card 47, came out in a different reading together, so you could be from that past reading. So this could be air energy here with the Thinking Woman or Thinking Person. It doesn't matter. Whoa! Gender. Fork in the road. I feel like that also came out, card 13, in that same reading. Sometimes that happens when it's very powerful energy, or if the person didn't get their messages, then I get the same message. Or if you did get your message, but you just need to hear it repeated. Sorry, air energy, so Libra, Aquarius. Don't let your past hold you back. South Node, or who am I forgetting? Libra, Aquarius. Don't let pride get in your way. This is very interesting energy coming out here. Okay. Who am I forgetting? Capricorn. Earth. I'm always forgetting one sign when I do that. But now it's going to make me absolutely bananas, and it's probably your sign, as you're probably saying it over and over and over in your head. I'm just going through Gemini. Oh my gosh, bruh. The most airiest sign. So it's going to have to do with Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. It could be just the energy, or that could be one of your, that could be a strong placement in your chart. You could have Leo too, that's here. Sorry, I don't know why the energy is kind of all over the place here. It's not very grounded. Sorry guys, I'm going to pause your reading and just ground myself a little bit because everything's so airy here. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back. Hey guys, so I'm back. So I just had to do some like breathing exercises and kind of come back to my own center because there was so much mental energy. It was kind of pulling me into it and I was getting lost in the sauce basically. So that could be happening for you. There could be a situation going on that you're running a lot of mental energy. You're thinking about things a lot. You're overthinking. You're overanalyzing, and you're kind of losing your compass point, because typically I'm picking up on whatever energy you're in because I'm tuning into that frequency. So this could have to do with romance. You could feel like you're at a fork in a road about something. Something could have happened in your past. There could be something here with don't let pride get in your way, where you feel like something needs to be said, or but you don't want to be the one to say it. There seems to be like a peripheral situation running here in the background of some desire that you have. So let's just get more information because I don't have all your cards out. But I just kind of wanted to frame the reading a little bit with some of those key points so that, to define it, because it was becoming very nebulous, very airy, like hard to pin down. So if you feel like you've been in that energy, then I would say you're definitely in the right place. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Does that resonate for you? Do you... And boundaries, yeah. Okay, 1,000%. 1,000%. Look at this. All these hands reaching out. See, this is what I just experienced. See, imagine I was this figure here with the hands out protecting my space. And it's not necessarily, it could be that people are trying to grab at your attention, but it was just so many thoughts, so many directions. And this is exactly what I had to do. So the message that I got when I paused and grounded outside of the filming was that there could be a need for you to regroup your energy back to yourself, because depending on what's going on in your space, especially if you do resonate with this priestess mystic teacher, you could be like in a healing modality, an intuitive, an empath, a tarot card reader in some sort of spiritual field, or spiritually, awake or aware, or whatever you want to call that, tuned into your inner world. Which sometimes means that you can pick up a lot of energy around you, especially if your career is that way. Like if you're a massage therapist or a Reiki healer or a spiritual teacher or a card reader, you're opening yourself up to other people's, we all are whenever we go out into the world. But there could be some like protection or cleansing rituals that you may want to do, grounding rituals. You could feel like your third eye chakra has been... I feel like some things have happened that made you question your intuition. Like you thought you were on the right path about something, or you thought you were right about something, and now you're like severely overthinking it, because I feel like something happened that made you feel like, wow, maybe I'm not as in tune as I thought. But sometimes we draw ourselves right into a situation to learn something, right? So it's only us here as like an ego identity that labels and judges things negative or positive. Our soul doesn't have that rating system. They see anything that is good for the soul and for expansion and growth. Or perhaps you needed to be, perhaps there was an agreement or an intention to play a role in someone else's life. And so sometimes we don't see that bigger picture. Well, oftentimes we can't see that bigger picture from this perspective. And so we think, why would I attract that situation to myself? It was negative, in air quotes. It didn't end well. But let me tell you, from personal experience, those are the ones that bring the positive right after it typically. I don't know what that's all about. If it's some sort of like boot camp, like sometimes I'll be in a situation where it's like the most extreme, like negative, again in air quotes, situation occurs that I'm like, I felt so right about that. Like, so what happened? And then right after I see how it led me directly to the thing I wanted, but like quickly. Where I wonder if our soul just knows that like you could do it in a softer, less uncomfortable way, less intense way, but maybe it takes longer because there's not so much contrast, so your desire isn't as strong, in a softer energy to call the thing towards you as quickly as when you're like, I really did not like that, and I really would have preferred this type of job or this type of relationship or this type of solution, and then that thing comes to you quickly because the rocket of desire is so strong for that. That's kind of what I'm getting here, folks. That's kind of what I'm getting here. I feel like something happened in the past that you were just like, what? And you still have hope here for something that you're trying to bring through, this bloom. But now it's the right time. Now it's the right time. And you feel maybe at a turning point, like which way do I go here? Because you could have messages in pile, I don't know, is it 1 or 2? I think it's 1, where you're like releasing something that just occurred and moving into this newer, brighter energy. But for you, this has to do with love, I would say specifically, which it didn't necessarily was about love in pile 1. It was an option. This with the man holding a heart seems to be about love, romantic love or some sort of love, or like a friendship or a family situation where, I mean, I really get romantic love here with this particular card, but where boundaries. And now you don't always need, I always say this, it always comes up, you don't always need to voice your boundaries. Sometimes you can, because if you're voicing your boundaries, typically that's for you. Because energetically, your boundaries are known and created when you establish them internally. So voicing them and saying to somebody or something or whatever, like, this is my boundary about this, I won't do that, or we're not doing this, or I prefer this, or this is what I need here, or whatever, this is how much I can give, this is whatever. That's typically for you to tell yourself, this is my stopping point, this is my line, because energetically you don't need to communicate boundaries to another person. It would just be known, and if you held that boundary, it would be sensed, and if the boundary was crossed, you would remove yourself from that situation, or you would conduct yourself in a way that speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's clear that that was a boundary for you. I don't know why I feel like I'm speaking and I feel like I don't even know what I've just said. Does that make like sense? I'll have to watch this one back. Workshops and seminars. I've never got this card before. What does this say? Attending and giving speeches. Oh, is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. Okay, so we have the Sisterhood of the Rose, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. Now you have another card here that says be open to teaching. So now this can be in an official professional capacity. You could be a teacher or be thinking about that, like I said, with those modalities that I brought up. Or this could be leading others by example, teaching through your actions. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? That's what that card keeps drawing my attention. I feel like, didn't we just get this? I feel like, did we get this? I don't know, guys. Like my memory is like, I can't. This pile is very airy. Like I can't even ground down of what I've just said. Okay, 2 things, really important things coming out here that I feel like are very specific for a couple people. So first, I'm just going to do this one. Your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. I feel like that's hitting home for like 1 or 2 of you because, again, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher, again, giving speech is part of your spiritual path, open to teaching and learning, and then it very specifically says spiritually based book. So if that's you, please let that be your confirmation. If you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, because even the thinking woman is holding a book, then I wouldn't take that message. But if you're like, oh, that's me, I'm the author, I'm the writer, I had this idea, I have this book in my mind, then that message is for you. And you also have visualized success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. But I feel like we're really not getting here to the nitty gritty of like the situation. Just like a lot of like peripheral information coming up. Like there's stuff about your career, and then there's something here about man holding a heart and fork in the road. And then the boundaries thing. But like, I'm not surprised. You know, do you mind if I just turn the 3rd chakra card upright? Like, I know it won't have like that much of an effect, but I feel like it's affecting my ability to read here. Because every time I look at it, I feel blocked. So let's just do that for both of us. There's almost too much information coming in. Yeah, healing, which we have. Didn't I say healing? Don't you have like a healing? I feel like you're in a healing role, and you're healing something from this past. I feel like what comes up for you, yeah, and you're healing with these boundaries. Sorry, I'm just going to layer these cards a little bit over the ones that don't have much images on them. Many images on them, so that they're all in the frame. I feel like as you're healing or healed something, you're meant to teach others about it, either through example or in official capacity. Inner awareness. Your reading's just not coming together in the typical way. It's so, like, there's so much. It's like these hands all out. I feel like you've got a lot going. Like, see how there's all these arrows pointing and then there's all these hands out? And I feel like the messages are kind of very disjointed. There's like career information, there's inner kind of like boundaries and awareness and third eye chakra information. Then there's this like hope with the man holding a heart. Let me get you a spirit guide card and see, because sometimes they really like narrow in on what's going on. Because I don't feel like I'm giving you absolutely anything. Like, if you haven't already clicked off, I would say this is the least clear reading I've ever conducted, in the sense of I can't get to the point. Like, I don't know what the point is. I feel like I'm telling you stuff you already know. So I feel like you're like, yes, yeah, okay, yep, that's me, that happened. But then it's like, but then what? So what are you supposed to do with this information? I don't feel like there's any, I don't feel like I can move past into this bloom card. Creations realized. Right time, harvest, celebrate. I don't feel like I can sense that energy yet. But I don't know why. Like, what's holding it back? Oh, this also came up in... So I do have messages in another pile. This, I think it was one or two. If you're not sure, go to the end of the reading and see which one. I believe it was one. Yeah, I think you have messages in pile one, because I think they got this card. Make today your new beginning. Try to leave any past mistakes in the past. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't allow them to weigh you down any longer. Move forward today with the confidence. That's like Leo energy. Knowing that you have better and brighter days ahead with this star card. But it just doesn't feel enough. Why does it feel empty to me? I feel just like an apathy or something. Like, I feel like you're not connecting into anything. Does that make sense to you? Like, I feel like you're just kind of floating. And like a little bit apathetic, not intentionally. I feel like that's the energy you're in. Maybe because you're healing from something still. And I feel like you're not really... I feel like you're the rose when it's closed. And it hasn't bloomed yet. I feel like you haven't realized your full potential, because I'm not sure you even realize you're a rose. Or I'm not even sure you... Yeah, see this visualization card. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. And this inner awareness, that's what I feel like. There's some lack of... Not that you're a lack, but I just mean in the situation. There's some... lack of clarity, lack of direction. Yeah, it's definitely lack of direction and clarity. I feel like that's what you're feeling right now. Like, you're kind of just floating. I feel like you're trying to find yourself. And you're exploring a lot of things that are coming up within you. Is it possible that you're healing from something that happened in the past? You're working on releasing that. You're working on becoming more in tune with yourself. you're open to this new beginning, you're establishing your boundaries, and then an offer of love has kind of come up, and I don't know if you're open to it. Because I feel like you're like, whoa, 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 I'm dealing with myself right now. But your main card is saying right time, harvest. Harvest means start to enjoy and bring in the things that you have planted. I think you need to like take some action towards some things that you want. Because I feel like, see all these hands? I feel like you're circling around. You know those wheels that you spin that have like an arrow in games, like board games, and it like you spin the arrow and it goes around and it points to like land on, jail, or like land on, $200, or take a community card. I think I'm talking about Monopoly, but Monopoly doesn't even have that spinning wheel. I don't know. Is it the game of life? Someone has a spinning wheel. And I feel like that's you with all these arrows, and you're like, I don't know. What am I supposed to do next? Because this thing really threw me for a loop. And I have hope for the future. I have desires. I have wishes for things in my life, for career, for love. And I just kind of don't really feel called towards any of them. I don't really feel drawn to any of them. I don't feel not drawn to them. I'm just kind of like here. And I feel like the message is, with the boundaries, start to establish like your boundaries in the sense of your direction. Like start to identify which arrows you want to point to. I didn't get this for anybody else, but I'm going to get you one of these angel cards. So I feel like there's like some kind of clear message that wants to come out. All I see is a 7, which I know is choices. Hold on. And a 2, which is more choices. Okay, so you got the 7 of Gabriel. Stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Again, have confidence. Where did we just see that? With claim your personal power. Oh, here. Move forward with confidence. Yeah, this is about you feeling unsure, isn't it? This is about you feeling unsure. Just in your life. About everything. About most things. Claim your personal power. And then here you have 2 of Ariel. It's important to have balance. Yeah, working multiple jobs or project at once, but making it fun. Okay, I get what's going on here. Sorry that I'm layering these. I know it's not like ideal. Let me look in the... I have space anywhere? No, we have no space. Okay, so... Sorry, but I'm just gonna do that. Okay, here's the thing. Let's get to this now, because I understand what's going on. That's why your third eye chakra was upside down. What I would focus on for you, the encouragement in your reading, is it's time to start to move forward and enjoy and celebrate and harvest some things. It's the right time for a lot of these things. And sometimes when we're healing and we're moving through past situations, that can become our everyday norm. And we kind of don't realize when we've stepped into, that's why I say you really probably have strong messages in pile 1. We don't realize when we've stepped into the light. We don't realize when the tipping point has occurred and we're ready to start to receive more. We're ready to start to create more. We're ready to start to realize more in our life, because maybe we were so like for example, I'm seeing like a house crumbling down, and you've been so focused on cleaning up the debris. So you've been cleaning up, you've been carting debris away, you've been putting out fires, you've been like making it livable, and then all of a sudden you're like cleaning, and now you're just sweeping up dust. Like there's nothing left to do. You did all of the repair. You did all of the healing. You did all of the restoration. And now it's like it's time to start building, time to start choosing. And now intuitively, you may be aware of this, but because we can get stuck in that like space of limbo, you may intuitively be like delaying it a little bit or unaware that it's time to start making choices, because that can be overwhelming. So now it's like you have an architect there saying, so what would you like to build now? And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Do I want an igloo? Do I want a townhouse? Do I want a yurt? Do I want, a mansion? Do I want to just tent? Do I want to travel and not put down roots? Like, I feel like that's resonating for someone. And then it's like, now it's time to pick the wall color. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what's my favorite color anymore. I don't even know, do I want just all beige? Do I want brights? And there's this feeling of overwhelming about choosing, but the direction to choose comes from this third eye chakra, comes from your heart space, comes from your inner knowing, comes from your inner intuition, your inner vision, where you start to tune back into what's your personal power, what's your personal belief, what's your personal preference, and having confidence in your right to choose for yourself, but also your authority over your own life, but also the ability to pivot and change and be flexible. If you don't like the color, you can paint it again. Right? If you build a house and you decide you want to travel, you can rent it out, you can sell it, you can move. I feel like there's a freedom that you have to give yourself, that you're kind of stuck. Like, for example, I see some of you being like, do I want to put on that writer hat? Do I want to put on that mystic hat? Do I want to say that I'm a spiritual teacher? Because what if I want to, become this later? That's okay. Then become that later. You don't have to. This and that can be true. I would start to tune yourself even daily, like with your daily activities. Instead of saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do today, say in each moment, I'm going to choose based on my third eye, based on my inner knowing. I'm going to feel into my body, my inner awareness, what feels like a good idea to me, what feels like alignment to me, what feels like something that I want to do. Obviously, there's things that we have to do most of the time. But even within that, what's the way that I can do it that feels best to me? And starting to just have clarity with all of these choices and start to basically clean up and like adding the boundaries, like I'm saying, like the guardrails, in the sense of starting to make those choices and remaining flexible and open, but starting to realize and harvest some of these things and moving forward. Whether it's romance, whether it's career, whether it's your living situation, whatever it is, because there's a lot of options on the table here, shifting out of that healing energy, even though we're always healing, we're always healing and we're always healed. It's like a paradox, right? Like we're always whole and there's always more that might come to light that we want to address in order to make our inner world and our state of being more satisfying and fulfilling and peaceful. But just recognizing that the time now, you can stop planting seeds, you can start harvesting them, basically. You can start defining what it is that you want and choosing things and moving things forward. That's really your message here. Make today your new beginning. Leave the past in the past. Don't allow them to weigh you down. Move forward with confidence and know you have better and brighter days ahead. There's like a moving forward energy. There's a starting to choose, a starting to define, a starting to rebuild, a starting to enjoy the things that you've been harvesting and cleaning, and enjoying the space that you've created within yourself and within your life that you've created with all of this work that you've done. And starting to like embody some of these things. Like maybe you're like, I do really feel like a mystic. I do feel like a priestess. I do feel like a spiritual teacher, but maybe you don't feel comfortable yet like defining yourself as that. So there's something there. Some of you might be ready to say like, you know what? Yeah, I am. I'm going to write this book. I'm an author. I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm a mystic. I'm a healer. I'm a whatever. I'm going to close up your reading there because I keep wanting to say more to bring more clarity, but only you can bring the clarity within. That there's nothing that I can overlay that's going to make it more clear to you. It's this inner awareness. It's your own third eye chakra that as you take the information that resonated from here, if there what parts were, that's when it will become more grounded for you and more real and more applicable. my part of this journey is done, even though I want to like reach into your reality and like help you figure it out. Just because for some reason I feel like overly invested in this file. And I really want to like help you with this. I don't know why. Maybe it's the Virgo in me. Like I want to create order and practicality for you because it's so airy. I want to help you like identify, but you can only do that like from your heart space and from your inner knowing, and start to if you haven't already, remember what it feels like to know what's right for you and claiming that personal power back, which is that feeling of what, regardless of what everyone's saying, of the peanut gallery saying this is what's right for me and this is what I'm going to move towards right now, and if I change my mind later, that's okay, because everything brings us to a certain point in our journey, and sometimes it's continues to serve us and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes things change and they expand. Well, always, you know, the one constant in life is that things are always changing. Right? So it's like, don't be afraid to select something and then be open to being flexible about it shifting later. That's definitely going to happen. I don't know if that brings you any peace of mind. Maybe you thought you had to like choose and stick with something for life, because as we were taught, right, we're very socially conditioned that you must choose one thing, which is just like absolutely impossible and just brings people so much stagnancy to live in that energy, because we're always expanding beings, and it's always going to bring you to more, and you're always going to have the freedom to choose again and keep choosing. Even if you continue to choose the same thing, you're still choosing. Okay, guys, I gotta close this down. I'm gonna tell myself. I'm not telling you. I'm telling myself. You gotta close this down because I want to keep going with you. But the rest of the integration is for on your end. I can just feel that it will be. You may want to journal. You may want to meditate on it. You may want to continue to watch other readings or other piles or something if there's more information that's calling you. But thank you so much for being here. If you do want to do an energy exchange or claim this reading, hit the like, subscribe, comment. I love hearing from you guys. If not, no worries at all. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you and being here at this point in the reading still. If you are going to another group, pile 1 did come up strongly, and pile 2 also came up, whatever one you feel called to, but the pile I was referring to was 1. Then I will see you in that reading if you're going there. If not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Bye! Pile 4, welcome to your reading. You have the card open. Say yes, expand through extremes and trust life with the cloud crystal. Let's find out what you need to know right now. Are you like uncomfortable about something? Harmony, card 6 coming out nice. So that could be like the Lover's card choices. I just feel like a discomfort in my physical body. Suffering in silence. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Are you suffering about something? Either like in your external or your internal. Oh, expand through extremes and trust life. Yeah, so something extreme may be going on in your life. You got card 15 here, appreciation, but in reversed. And I take the reversals if I feel strongly that they meant have a meaning in reverse. And I do feel like there's something that you're really not appreciating, because it probably doesn't, you know. Oh, wow. Require appreciation. Sorry, this just came out. First, I didn't know there was 2 cards here. 2, this just came out in pile 3. If you felt drawn to it. And this anxiety card, I want to say never got in this deck. I've gotten the anxiety card. I think it came out in pile 1 or 2, but from a different deck. But I've never got this anxiety card, card 18. Okay. So something's definitely going on, because you have expand through the extremes, trust life. So something extreme could possibly be going on. You have suffering in silence with anxiety, appreciation, reversed, and the thinking woman. So something's got you just, and then you have harmony. Don't forget about that, because you have trust life. So this somehow bringing harmony. This is also a 9. So you have 2 9s. There's some pile that always gets 2 9s. Well, let's keep getting your messages. But if this is resonating for you already, then you're definitely in the right place. Okay, I'll just take this because it just popped out. Yeah, you have happy, happy in reverse. And again, I feel like taking it in reverse. So I feel like, because see, you have like the 96 here. So the 6 and the 9 are like, what's that? Like they can be reversed. And then they're the same. So again, I feel like you could flip appreciation. You could flip happy, happy. I feel like there's the potential here for things to change, or they're like about to change. That's why you're at this reading, or you have the power. Well, of course you have the power to change them, but it may seem like you don't have the power to change it, or you know what I mean? Like it could be something you feel very trapped in. But I'm seeing this ability for things to just flip, and you have serendipity again in reverse, which is another 9, another 18. Okay, so like flat out, there's something going on here that's happening for a reason, because you have this trust life. I've never gotten so many reversals, but I feel like they're meaningful to you because, and again, you have 18, 18. One is upright, one is down. You have, that's 3 9s now. You have 15 here, you have a 6, that's 2 5s now. My lower back is in so much pain. What's going on? And I'm like nauseous. Like I feel like I have cramps. Are you in? I feel like, are you going into labor or something? I feel like it's like labor pains, or like really bad menstrual pain. Like, do you have like PCOS or endometriosis or some sort of? Anyways, I don't want to get into all these things and trigger you. But something's oh my gosh, I just like threw those over my shoulder. Hold on a second. Okay. There's a lot of energy in the suffering, but I just want to make sure we get to the what's the message for you. And we can get you out of this. Whew! Thank the Lord on hack. Conclusions are within reach. Okay, so this is coming to an end soon. And sometimes when you're the most frustrated, like I notice personally, when it's something the most painful and frustrating and like I feel like I can't take anymore, that's when it breaks. The energy breaks free and it like wraps up. Like, let me tell you how I had this cough. You guys know I had that cough. That cough, I don't know what in the heck and Bob. I had that cough for like a good 2 months. And then I was at my like the wit's end because I was up all night. I couldn't get through. I couldn't do my work because my other channel is an ASMR channel, like which also you need to be quiet for. And I can't. I was like coughing through all the edits, coughing through these, coughing at night. Like it was just causing me like headaches. My chest was hurting. My back was hurting because of all like the tension from coughing. I know that sounds like a minimal thing compared to what some of you might actually like be going through, but I was at my like wit's end. Like I was literally like cursing out loud. Like I was like, okay, enough with this. Like I was just so like, this can't go on. It's been months. And then all of a sudden, literally one day I woke up and I was like, oh, it's gone. I slept well. The cough was gone. And I was just like, oh, if I hadn't known it was going to be, like if you had known the date that it was going to end, it wouldn't have caused you so much pain. But when you're in it, it feels like it's never going to leave you. I feel like that's the energy that you're in. And this beautiful full moon eclipse coming out, conclusions are within reach. And like, thank the Lord here, you have harmony. You could be religious because I keep saying thank the Lord and thank God and things like this, which I don't have any religious beliefs. I just have spiritual beliefs. And then you had these 2 cards in reverse, which I'm just going to take upright because they don't really have reverse meanings, except for that you could be lacking confidence. You have New Moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. So maybe that knowing that everything's going to be okay, and balancing spirituality and practicality, another full moon in Pisces. You could have Leo and Pisces energy here in your chart. My back, guys. Ugh. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's just keep getting messages here. I mean, like, I want to get this deck, but I feel like it's just going to give me more messages that confirm that you're not feeling well. But here's what I just heard. Everything here can be flipped. So the happy, happy that's reversed can become happy, happy. The suffering and silence can become reversed. Things working out in your favor, serendipity, can become upright. Anxiety can become reversed so that it's no longer happening. Appreciation can be upright so that you feel now there's a lot to appreciate. The thinking woman can go in reverse so that you're not overthinking. I mean, harmony we will keep upright. Why is there a fly? Yeah, I feel like you're annoyed. Because like there's a gnat here. Can you see that? I've never seen a fly like in this room. Hello. Welcome to the reading. Can you see him? He's right here. Hello. Like I said when I opened your reading, I just feel discomfort. I was uncomfortable. Even if you look at the first few seconds of the reading, I just felt uncomfortable. I was like, I was hot. I adjusted the vent because it was making me cold. Then my stomach started hurting. Resentments. I've never got this card on this deck. This is what I feel. Look how, see this? It's like barbed wire. That's what I feel in my back and my stomach. Like something's tying me up in anxiety. But what's the message? Like, I'm sure you're like, yeah, thanks for going to a reading to confirm what I already knew. The harmony is such a small, like, and the conclusions are within reach. Work's going to expand on that. Hold on. Let me just set the intention. One more. Well, let's set the intention right now. What is the message? Like, thank you for the information. Field of information. Resonant frequency of data. Thank you for the information, whatever you resonate with, God, spirit, ancestors, whoever you feel is guiding, conducting the information flow here. Thank you for the information about what this lovely viewer is currently experiencing. We're full up for that. Can we get some information about this conclusion to the suffering, this openness, expanding through the extremes? Say yes and harmony. And happy, serendipity, appreciation, confidence, all flipping. Okay, so first of all, I heard just flip them all. So let's start to activate that energy. Let's start to move the anxiety, resentments, and suffering into the past energy placements. Yeah, something here about appreciating what you're going through, which I know it's even hard for me to say that. Because you have this trust life expanding through the extremes. Happy, yeah, happy with harmony. See how this is activating already? Look at all the goodies here. Harmony, love, flow, happiness, serendipitous events, bringing a conclusion. Like, look how much good is here now. It just, see how that all flipped on its head? I could only see like one really like positive card in your reading, even though it's all neutral, because it's all bringing you to something more, like it says, expanding through the extremes. But what we as humans would label positive and negative emotions. And then all of a sudden I flipped all those reversals. So there's some shift in perspective that I feel that you can achieve because you're very intelligent. And see how there's a butterfly here? You're very good at reframing things, whether you realize it or not. You have a strong control and a strong relationship with your mental state. You know how to pivot. You know how to shift. You know how to reframe. You know how to find the silver lining. You may have forgotten you know how to do that, but maybe that's what this reading is reminding you. There's some extreme, like, oh, I just said extreme, and yeah, expand through extremes. There's some extreme flip or pivot that needs to occur. I want to get one more card now and see if it's a positive card. What we would call a positive card, like what a human would call a positive card. Yeet. Okay, a lot. There's 4 coming out. Okay, so gloom. Okay, not yet. Ambition. Okay, these both came out in pile 2, I believe. You might have messages there. Trauma and slow down. Yeah. Okay, well, we got 2. Slow down. There's some ambition here. The trauma that gives us Three of Swords definitely occurred or is occurring. And you're not feeling too great about it. We have gloom, anxiety, resentment, suffering, and silence. I feel like something happened to you, like, you would already know. Please don't worry if you're like, I don't like this energy, or, you know, like, is something going to happen? It's not that. You would absolutely know it would have already happened in your past. It would have already happened. I'm going to get these cards. But I know it's hard to hear, and, like, I don't feel like I even can... Like, I don't feel like if I say this to you, you will give it any, like, weight to it, because you would just be like, you don't understand, which, of course, I can't understand the situation you're talking about, but I do understand expanding through extremes of life. I talked about this in another pile, I don't remember which one, but I'm just the type of soul that expands through extremes. Like, tower moments in me are very closely related. Okay, we're like second cousins. We're like, you guys, oh my gosh, I feel like so much pain in my back and like abdomen. Like, I feel like I'm giving birth. It's the strangest sensation. Like, I feel like I'm in Lamaze right now. I feel like you're just, even this open card, that has a lot to do with like the release and the openness that you need to have to birth something into this world. I don't know why, but some souls just choose extreme paths to bring forth what they came here to experience. And there's something about appreciating, if you can get to that place, this extreme, for what it's bringing. I feel like exhausted. I can only imagine what you feel. Okay, more messages, please, for what they need to know. What's the direct message? I'm just hearing you can be happy now. Like, it's very common when we're going through a very dark situation to tell ourselves, I can't be happy until this passes from me, until this cup passes from me. Is that like a phrase? I feel like that's a phrase like Jesus says, or someone says, like, please take this cup from me. I feel like the lesson here, I just hate to be, please don't like shoot the messenger, because I feel like you're going to be like, bish, you know what I mean? Like, how dare you? Like, you don't know what it's like it's so easy for a reader to be like, even though, like I said, I've gone through many of this type of energy, it's so easy for someone you don't know, a stranger on the internet, to say, there's meaning in this, and like, if you can only appreciate the lesson in it, you know, you just want to like, shut up, like, you know. So, I don't want to do that to you, but that's the message coming through. It's just that some souls we chose to take, you know, expert level. And there is a way to be happy, and that's the lesson that I think your soul wants to learn, is like its power over its mental and its emotional state of being, to expand through the extremes, trust the process, find the appreciation for what lessons you're learning, and know that as soon as you learn that lesson, it leaves your experience. I don't know what the lesson was about the cough. The cough thing is minor. I'm just telling you because that's just a recent thing that happened to me. I can tell you that for my own personal soul, as you get, what I've noticed in my experience is, as you learn the lessons, the intensity of the situation, like now my most annoying thing is like basically like a gnat, like a cough, where when I was younger we had some extreme situations, extreme, very extreme, because I guess, I don't know, I didn't learn the lesson that fast, so it kept amplifying. Now it's like things that bother me are very muted, and like even though they frustrate me, they're not like as challenging as when I was first learning them. I don't know if I'm making any sense at this point. More messages for pile 4, please. You do have a slowdown that I just brought my attention to. Are you going like too fast on something? Is that what you're supposed to be learning? For one of you or some of you, you need to slow down and listen to your body. Are you overriding your body's natural cues for rest? Oh, singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. That could bring a lot of, if you're physically able to, because I've sensed a lot of this has to do with physical situations. If you're able to, release emotions through movement. I'm sorry, I'm going to layer some of these cards. I'm sorry about that, but I'm just pulling too many. For some of you, that will bring a lot of flow and release. And high frequency energy, because if you can find like a playlist that puts you in a higher frequency, music literally is frequency. So you can shift into a higher frequency if you're feeling anxiety, resentments, gloom, by putting on a playlist that is of your chosen frequency. Don't put on one that's resonant with your current frequency if you're not feeling good, because it'll just like, bring you down. But if you can find one that uplifts that and dance, that is an excellent practical way, this balanced spirituality and practicality, to shift into a higher frequency. It'll put you in a better mood, essentially, which puts you in a better state of being, which puts you in a higher frequency, which means then you're attracting now to that higher point for the time period that you're in that higher frequency. Whew. Solar plexus. Knots are freaking prized. That's what's happening in my stomach. This like knots. It's this resentments. It's safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. I just keep hearing happening for you, not to you. I don't know if that's a mind shift that you can make, that this is happening for you, not to you. I don't know if that's too like impossible to wrap your head around, depending on what it is. But the thing is going to be ending, like in a pot. It's concluding. But there's some lesson. There is something your soul is trying to, your body or your soul is trying to communicate with you through this situation. There's some reason you called it in to expand. Even if you just softly say to yourself, I trust in life that I don't understand why, but that this is for a purpose, and there's harmony coming in here, and there's happiness coming to me. And that I don't need to wait for this thing to resolve in order for me to feel good in the moment. I can harness the power of my mind to focus myself in a way to transcend whatever it is I'm feeling. Easier said than done, but can be done. Sometimes it's just recognizing that you have that power. That is the lesson. Like, say you're in extreme physical discomfort. You may have had to do this before. Just saying to yourself, for 5 seconds, I'm going to focus my mind on a thought that feels good, like, a memory or something in front of you that you enjoy, or the taste of your favorite food or something, and show yourself that for 5 seconds you can transcend the pain. Even 3 seconds, your mind cannot be focused there where it's used to. That's just an example. Same for heartbreak, right? If you're in heartbreak, you say to yourself, I'm going to, for 3 seconds, focus just on this crystal that I enjoy and deeply look at it. Focus on this puppy that I love and deeply enjoy it. Focus on this, whatever, beautiful flower and the scent of it. For 3 seconds, I'm going to lose myself in that. And then you show yourself in those small moments you have the power to transcend via your focus, via your mind, your thinking mind. Via choosing a different frequency to basically engage with in that moment. Now you may go right back to where you were, but the more you extend that, and then you say maybe 10 seconds, I'm going to think of a thought. 20 seconds, I'm going to visualize what it's going to feel like when this releases from my experience. 1 minute, I'm going to, and that could be the lesson here. You could have wanted to learn the power of your mind, because if you can learn that and train your mental to focus in a way that creates the happiness even in the circumstance, you're limitless, you're invincible. But that's a hard lesson for some people to learn, because some people don't believe that it's possible. Even if you don't believe it's possible, read things about people who have done that. Like people who have transcended challenging situations, either mentally or physically, or all of them, because they're all connected. It's usually mentally, physically, and emotionally, and probably financially, since we're in this world. But there's some extreme thing that's happening to you that is bringing positivity and bringing expansion to your life. If you can just trust that it is happening for a reason, and it is going to be concluding soon, and you are going to have brighter days ahead very shortly. I just wish I could make you believe that, because it's just, I feel like so empty coming from someone you don't know, It's not something I can explain to you. It's something you have to experience for yourself, basically. But just me activating it within you in this reading and saying it's possible, and kind of gently, not me, but whatever you believe is, guiding you to that, might be enough. Yeah, this is so relevant, this message you're getting here from the Spirit Guides deck. It's time to stop letting worry rule you. You have this anxiety card. It's time to stop letting worry rule you. Instead, get excited about your future and all it will bring. What energy and emotion you put out comes back to you. With a little conscious effort, that's what I'm trying to say with the 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds on your part, that happy ending can and will be yours. Believe that. And you have this happy. I've never seen a more relevant card to a reading coming out of this deck. Let me read it one more time for the people in the back. It's time to stop letting worry and anxiety rule you. Instead, get excited about your future and all it will bring. Which means, where you get excited? In your now, because your now is where all your power is. You can only create in the now. It's all happening now. So if you're getting excited and envisioning your future, in quotations, now, then it's already happening now. And you're just going to get more of it in the next now. So you might as well start doing that now. You might want to read the book, The Power of Now, if you haven't. That could be very helpful in this energy. What energy and emotion you put out comes back to you. With a little conscious effort on your part, that happy ending can and will be yours. Believe that. I feel like this is really about this for you. Something extreme has presented itself in your life, and this lesson you're learning through this is that you have the ability to recover from this, to move through this energy with the power of your mind, with the power of your thoughts, with some conscious effort and awareness, to transcend these conditions, whether or not the conditions change. That's not the point. Whether or not the condition changes, you can change your internal state, how you see it, how you feel about it, the emotions and state of being you're in, the presence you bring to it, the awareness you bring to it, the energy you cultivate around you, all comes from within. Those are all choices that are happening within. Not saying it's easy, because if the conditions are around you, that's much more challenging. That can be much more difficult. Doesn't have to be, but we could perceive it that way. But it can be done. Like I said, if you need help believing that, read about people who have done that and how they did that. People who had very challenging circumstances, how they overcame it, how they found peace, how they achieved freedom, mental and emotional freedom from the condition. And I believe that you will transcend this, and that I believe the condition will change also quickly. Okay, guys, I'm gonna close off that reading there. That it's very powerful, it's very intense, it's very touchy. There could be triggering things in here based on whatever your situation is. I hope that I got the message that you were able to hear through it. There were a couple other piles that you may have felt drawn to, so you may have messages there. Very positive outcome for you here. So have faith that if you are going through a difficult situation, trust life. There's expansion through this. There's happiness, conclusions, harmony, serendipitous events coming from this. Slow down, listen to your body, listen to the inner calling of your soul and your heart. Try and move through the energy in that intuitive way and give yourself what you need as best you can. If you do want to exchange energy, a like, a subscribe, a comment would be much appreciated if you feel called to it. If not, I totally understand, and thank you for letting me read for you either way. If you are going to another pile, like I said, then I'll see you there shortly. And if not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Bye.